Welcome back to another Nomadic mining episode. We are on the 10th system. Another good little position here. Get some double dense feldspar right here. Let's do a scan over it. And just kind of look at our situation. About 9 in local, other than myself. Well, including myself. So about 8. Looks like rock density is decent, so we shouldn't have to retarget anything. On D-scan, we just got a tractor unit, rattlesnake, and some sentries out there. So just make sure we prior strongholds still nowhere to be seen. Hopefully we'll do it about another 8k on this one. Our current wallet balance is 7.1 million, so progressing nicely there. We're gonna see how busy this this system is for sure. Haven't had to deal with any rats yet, but this is a 0.8, so we can still get rats here. I just think their spawn rate is probably a little bit lower than it is in a 0.7 or 0.6 or a 0.5, whatever. But this system's actually not too bad. We've got quite a bit of belts available. And let's look at the system map here. And this one's actually pretty decently far away from the gates. There's only actually one gate here. This is a dead end, which is great. The gate is like 46.3 AU away, so people coming into system won't see us inherently on D-scan. And also we're pretty far away from every station, with the exception of this one. And I actually want to look at this station. Bring our browser up. Let's see how we're doing here. What is this one? This is 6.6. So okay, yeah. So this one does have a station, so we can go to that one. Very close to us. That way we don't have to travel like 19 or 46 AU when we get ready to sell. But we're about to complete our first cycle here, which will officially count this system as mined per our conditions. It'll be nice. I like the prospect. I like the ability to move around cloaked and stuff like that. But we will be looking at expanding into different ships and stuff as we kind of get our skills up and running. I have max skilled miners and everything available to me, but I really wanted to kind of build another character that was like kind of purpose built for this expedition. That way I don't have to, if this character ends up being like, you know, way out in the middle of nowhere in high sec and I need to do something in a system maybe closer to Jita, I don't necessarily have to pull it to do anything. So really just want to be able to have a purpose built character for this and get the training all set up. Okay, looks like we got rats, so we're gonna go and start orbiting at 5k. We got like a pretty good orbit, so we shouldn't actually bounce off of any rocks here. And this is actually this is the first time we've actually had we're going to be tanking 2 frigate rats. So I think they'll probably get us down to like 90% shield. But then we'll probably come back up to like 92, 93. But we'll see how that goes. But that's kind of the thing it's like signature tanking here. Just moving, orbiting, keeping high speed to mitigate damage. When you don't have drones to take care of these guys is kind of the name of the game. If you're getting into using prospects and stuff like that, and even in like low sec when you're using like either a prospect or an endurance or even a venture, orbiting just to mitigate that damage will help, especially in low sec when there's like cruiser rats and destroyer rats that can pack a little bit more of a punch. But we'll see how these guys kind of progress here. Doing about 2 damage. Or they just miss completely. So that's great. Let's go into a D-scan update. Still got that one rattlesnake out there kind of doing stuff. We got 1 cosmic signature, no anomalies. So, and no home front operation either. So I think a lot of these people are probably like hanging out in the station. Looks like there is a player station in system, which is over there. So there's probably a corporation that's actually operating in here. But every time it's just a habit, every time I see local kind of change, we're just going to hit that V and get that D-scan updated. And these guys, their damage is not great. This guy's not even red boxing me, actually. He's not even in range, so I'm technically only taking damage from one of them, which is just fine. He might end up like red boxing me, maybe. Alright, went to yellow box. Maybe they gave up. Probably just trying to reposition. That's the thing, is like the longer you kind of tank them, especially here in high sec, they'll just kind of start doing really random stuff, and that's why your shield's able to like recharge back up, because their programming is just doing weird stuff. Alright, let's do a survey scan here. Got about 600k so far. We're actually gonna probably do, yeah, this cycle is probably the last one for the most part, so it'll probably end up being another, I would say 800k for this system, which is pretty much kind of par of the course at this point. I'm just going to stay on this warp tab here so I can just, you know, go to this closest station whenever we get kind of done here. We've got probably about another minute or so of mining, so we'll probably get this cycle and then a little bit of another one, see how it goes. I do want to do a just kind of like show you, we'll sell at the end of this episode so you guys can see what the take is for this system. But as you can see, the density is actually pretty decent. Dead-end systems are always very very nice to mine in, especially in nullsec, because it just allows for more control over your distance from the gate and things like that. There's less avenues of approach, so to speak. It looks like our orbit's actually drifting a little bit, so I would say probably another like rotation or two, we're probably going to start bouncing off rocks. But we're about probably 30 seconds. Actually, we can probably go and cut it now. Go a little bit longer there. Cut those. Go and dock here. Close this out, and we'll see how we make out here. Bye, rats. See you. Yeah, I don't think they even took me down past 96%. Mostly because that one frigate rat was just not doing anything, which is fine. The other benefit of actually using like an endurance is like you could technically spend your time like scanning a sig to see what it is, or you know, also, you know, killing those guys with rats and salvaging them potentially. But endurance will come in handy when we start, you know, doing some ice. 857k on that one, which that brings us up to 8 million. 10 systems, 8 million, progressing very nicely. I will see you guys in the next one.